Lundy, add something away to John.
So we got a special guest at the Fight Guys, but
Special guys, Hank Lundy versus John Molina here in the ring.
you talked about the 2017 schedule. A lot has been said about the 2016 schedule of PBC and the inactivity. Talk about how is it inactivity, and does it have adverse effects on how you're able to support your 2 daughters and your wife and raise a family?
PBC changed my life. HAYMON changed my life. I can't talk bad about it, man. Look at everything that everyone's saying is all speculation. There's no concrete behind it. There's numbers and there's this and there's lawsuits and come on, man. And the guys that are saying that really, they have different agendas. You know, they're fueled by some other, opposite of what PBC is. Mm-hmm. So how much you can't really. It doesn't really hold water. I think PBC is going to be here to stay. I think they're going to do well. I'm part of it, and I'm a happy part of it.
You were the first part of it.
Yeah, first part of it. And I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine. And again, everything that you're hearing negative is speculation. We shouldn't be negative about this. It's not like. If you love boxing, you should love boxing, regardless of his PBC, HAYMON, top rank, golden boy. Let's all come together. Let's box. Let's fight. That's what we're here to do. So with that being said, no, I don't think it had any negative, lasting impression on boxing. I think it's benefited boxing. I think they've put on a lot of fights. Now that we're at a stagnant point because it's the end of the year, we're not going to go against, playoffs, college football playoffs, NFL. Of course, that's a stupid business move. Who's going to do that? So, at the end of the day, it is a business. 2017 is going to be amazing, and we'll see where everyone's at the end of 2017 and what they have to say about it.
One of the reports that came out was that Al Haymon notified his fighters and PBC brand fighters to go out and make their own fights for the end of 2016. You personally, did you ever receive a phone call like that or a message like that?
That's all speculation, man. Again, that's all hearsay. That's people setting rumors, man.
Right.
That's all it is, man. To me, it's like all the people that are haters are on the outside looking in, and that's why they're haters, really. And again, I'm not knocking one or the other. At the end of the day, it's a fight game. But again, it's all speculation. There's no concrete. No one knows. They're all making speculations and guesses and. No, that's not accurate. From my perspective, I can't speak for other fighters, but from my perspective, or from my own, self and my career, that's not accurate.
Are there any fights of taking yourself out of it? Obviously, you said some of the names you'd like to be matched up with. But are there any fights in the PBC family that you would like to see come together, hopefully in the next year?
There's a lot of fights that are gonna come together. They're gonna happen. A lot of good fights. Thurman, Porter, Berto. There's a lot of intriguing matchups there. Danny Garcia. There's a lot of guys. Earl Spence. So anyway you slice, we're gonna get the fights. They're gonna happen. It's inevitable. It's gonna happen. It's just fans are they're impatient. They want it now. But it's gonna happen. I think 2017 is gonna be huge. It's gonna be a big year for boxing.
That's another question I want to ask you. Bringing that you brought up Spence again, and you were talking about, did you want to strap? Say if you were offered a title shot. Say if you had two fights on the table, and one was, say, against a guy like Spence or kind of a name like that, a prospect type name that maybe paid more, or you could get a title shot that maybe pays less. Where would you lean on that?
That's a good question, actually. It's a really good question because. It all depends, man. You gotta look at the figures. What are you talking? Talking 7 figures, you're talking 6 figures. It all depends on what you're talking. And of course, I want that strap. But at the end of the day, it's a business. I think Paulie Malignaggi said it best a long time ago when he was having beef with Keith Thurman. He said it's called prize fighting. We fight for a prize. That's how we feed our families. Above all, all my wants in the world can go away because I want to feed my family.
Yeah.
And boxing has bought my houses, taking care of my family. I can never disrespect or spit in the face of boxing because of that. So I think at the end of the day, I got to be a smart businessman as well.
He mentioned future fights. I was one of the experts that didn't pick you against Pravotnik.
Should I hit him now? Or?
So I'm 1-1 against you. So what I would ask of you is 2017. Hindsight says Danny Garcia ran from you. This is just my speculation. You have to get a fight. You have to get a belt. Where does John Molina fans expect you to go in 2017? Because it appears that 2016 is probably done.
Intriguing fight. That's it. Anything. I'm going for the most intriguing fight, for the most exciting fight, as I've always done. You know, the only goose egg, or if you will, and I'm man enough to talk about it, is the Broner fight. I think it's a BS fight. I don't blame the fans for being disappointed. I'm not mad at them for talking crap about it. I'm disappointed in myself.